All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. Hey, I appreciate all the love, man, all the support, all the likes, all the subscribes. I really appreciate it. That shit means the world to me. I need 1,000 though by the end of this year, man. Come on. So look, today I think I'm gonna do something very simple and sweet because I'm testing out the waters, trying to find out exactly what's gonna be a good video runtime for every production. So I think we're gonna do something real short, simple, and sweet. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do rain, snow, and some underwater bubbles. That shouldn't take that long. Some really good effects, really quick effects, and really useful effects. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get started. Open up After Effects. Okay. Now, what we need to do is find some video that you want to use for this tutorial. I think I have some old Gucci Mane video that I'm gonna use. Maybe like, yeah, something where you can see the ground maybe, so you can actually see the rain. So I think I'm gonna use this one, this old Gucci Mane video. And then I add it right to the timeline. Get right into where we have to go with this clip, just so I don't have to see Gucci Mane walking, because it's not going to do us any good have him walking and we can't see the ground. Alright, this is good here. So grab the CC Rain and actually, no, we don't want to do that. So the first step we're going to do is add a new layer, but you always have to click on the actual layer in the timeline to get the highlight. So add a new solid. We're going to name this solid Rain. And the black background is perfectly fine. All right, so we have that. What we want to do now is go to the effects, and you know what? Let's not go that one. Let's go here, effects, and let's type in CC Rain. Grab that CC Rain, and then we add that to the rain layer. And right now, if you play it, I don't know if you can see it because it's on a black background, but you have some type of rain there right now. And it looks pretty decent, but it's not exactly what we're trying to do. So, we go into the settings, and the size all depends on you with the rain. It depends on how heavy things are going. The speed as well. So if you think about speed as how heavy it's going, so it's at 4,000 now. Let's try 8,000 so you can see the difference. And you see that the speed makes it seem like there's, you know, heavier rain during that day, which is pretty cool. And the drops as well. I usually turn my drops to 2,500. So let's turn the drops to 2,500. That way we get a little more realistic look. That's the type of rain I like, that look. But the only problem we're having is we can't see the rain on this bottom clip, this Gucci Mane clip. But we want the rain to show up over the Gucci Mane clip. So what we have to do is change the opacity. So we go into mode, and we could just change this to lighting. And now you have rain showing on your clip. Okay, folks, and that's rain in less than a minute, like I promised. So what we can do now to make it even look better is add a curve to the actual video layer and bring down the mids, and now you can really see the rain. And that's just a little trick that I always do to bring out the effects that you guys can keep in mind. Curves will be your best friend because it exposes things. All right, well, let's go on over to snow. I promised you guys I'd teach you. So turn the actual CC rainfall layer off, and we're gonna go and apply a new solid, and we're gonna name this solid Snow. And this is okay, everything's fine. The black is fine as well. And what you want to do now is move the snow layer above the rain layer. Then go to your effects and type in CC Snow. And bring that CC Snowfall right on over to that snow layer. And when you play this back, just like the rain, you already have a decent product right off the rip. So that could be snow in seconds, but you know me, I like to perfect things. So go head over to the sides and hit 10. Bump that up to 10. You could already see this looks like Christmas, right? Starting to look like Christmas. And then, you know, if you just play with the size, then you can tell, you know, how deep you want the snow, depending on what type of environment it is. You can get a different look just off the size. Speed as well. I like to move the speed up a lot, actually. If you pay attention to my videos, you're seeing like heavy shit. So, you know, play with the speed a little bit. You know, I went to 2,000 just to show you that's like a max. And you have snow just that easy. And snow in, what, 30 seconds like I promised. There you have it. I want to teach you guys something new really quick, something really cool. I was watching a video the other day, and the actual, it was the Kodak Black and Travis Scott ZZ popped up on YouTube, and I just watched it for some reason. I don't like either artist, but I do now off this video. And there's some bubbles here that I like, and I actually used those in the cooling video that I did. Those bubbles right there in the cooling video I did a while back. And here, I think I have the cooling video handy. Just a second. Nope, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go over to not YouTube, it's Instagram. I'm sorry. Wow, she's hot. Look at Ashley. All right, so let me find that cooling video, and that way you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I created a lot of underwater bubbles as well, and that's also a quick thing to do. Excuse me. It wouldn't take you much time to do it at all. Here's the cooling video, and it pretty much has the same textures. It's just not moving as fast. You can make the water move a little more fast and give it that same effect, but it's similar to me. And these are the bubbles I'm talking about right here. And that look was really cool to me. Just the Travis Scott video really motivated me to bring that back up. So I said, let me throw that in with you guys since this is such a quick tutorial. I want to show you how to do that real fast. So let's go in and create a new composition. And we can name this composition Bubbles. And 1920, 1080 is fine. Black is cool. And we're going to create a quick background just so you can see the bubbles, because I don't have any more video clips in this new comp. Head over to effects, grab a gradient ramp, and you know I showed you last time, just go ahead and switch the colors out for the gradient ramp like that, and change it to radio. You know, we want to actually bring it up a little, maybe change the scatter, blow it out, blend it a little, get it to exactly how you want it, just so you can see some actual bubbles. I usually ramp the scatter up quite a bit. Now, what we're going to do now is click on the background layer so we have all our options, and we can go and actually create a new solid. I'm sorry, actually create the new solid, make it an all white, and name that Bubbles. Once we got the Bubbles all white solid, go to your effects and type in foam. Add the foam to the bubbles layer, and voila, you already have something that looks like bubbles, right? It's pretty cool. So head on over to the producer, and we're gonna play with these for a second. For the X size, just go ahead and bump that up to 450. And what that does is it widens out the bubbles across your comp. And go over to the Y size and actually bump that to 450 as well. And that way you can see the radius that it gives us from there. You could actually bump the strength up all the way to, let's say, 100. Just keep the strength all the way up so the bubbles can actually float to the top when we get the direction going. I'm sorry. Now here's the good stuff, physics. What we want to do here is go into the physics and change the wind direction to 0 and change the speed to 10. And look what we have now. So you already have some like underwater bubble looking thing, right? Yeah, exactly. What you want to do now is go down to the render settings. And in the render settings is where all the magic happens. This is where you want to go in and change the actual texture of the bubbles. So what we're gonna do is go into bubble texture, and there's a whole lot of presets here that looks pretty good. And you go here and play with these, and play with spit. Oh, if you don't see spit change anything, there's a reason why. And I'm gonna show you real quick, because the draft mode is on, and you always want to take the draft mode off and actually go into render mode. That way you can see the effect in real time. So this looks good, pretty good right here, but only problem is our bubbles had some type of blue tint to them, correct? And so that although that looks cool, like it is bubbles, it's just not the bubbles we need. Like that probably would look good for like a soda pop. You know, you might have a top bust. You can animate a top popping off a soda pop, and those are the actual bubbles that pop out of the soda pop. But they're not the bubbles that we need for like actual ocean. So what we want to go in and do is, go back over to the render settings and go down to bubble texture and change that to water beads. And look what we have here. Now this look more like, and you can imagine if we had the blue background and the water actually moving, you would have instant water beads just off of the foam layer. Now there's another trick I want to show you real quick, because I'm about to get out of here. I have to go out tonight. It's Tuesday night. You can actually change the texture to an actual different object. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and find my Flip Wilson Media logo that I just created. I just made this thing. I'm gonna go in and find my Flip Wilson's logo. It's a PNG file. So imagine you can use any PNG file, any file that you created that's a graphic, and you want to add that to your timeline. Really cool trick if you want to have some type of, this is a really cool trick. So head back down to bubble texture and change the bubble texture layer to the Flip brand. And once again, you don't see anything, right? Nope, you don't see anything happening. So there's a little trick that we have to do. Go back to the bubble texture and scroll down, and you see it's on water beads. And actually we don't want it on water beads. What we are looking for is an option that says user defined. And what that's gonna do is define exactly what we're telling our transparency to be, what we need our texture to be. And there you go, you see the little F's in the background. This is very good, guys. I wanted to show you this really quick tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's Tuesday night. I'm really in a hurry of getting outside, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna go live. Oh yeah, I want everybody to tune in Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That way we can, scroll along and do things together the whole night. I plan on going live for a couple hours on Thursday night at 7 p.m. So everybody tune in, and that gives us all a chance to be interactive and get to know each other and comment and ask questions. And I'm just gonna play with some things and get you guys acclimated for Friday, because Friday I'm going all the way in. I have some really good shit for you Friday, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy, and happy Tuesday.